Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. It's time for this week's news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Well, the winter tour season has begun for Team USA. Top Olympic hopefuls are traveling overseas, testing themselves against the best from other countries. The Mongolian Open kicked off the 2012 season, signaling the first international competition for Team USA. The event featured women's and men's freestyle. The U.S. performed well, capturing 3 medals in women's freestyle. Two-time world team member Kelsey Campbell won a gold medal at 130 pounds. Campbell won 3 bouts on the way to her gold. Kelsey defeated opponents from Japan and Mongolia to reach the finals, where she rallied to defeat Mongolia's T. Muntoya. 0-5, 1-0, 3-0, the final score. Now, the talented Whitney Condor captured a silver medal at 112 pounds, making a strong statement. She opened with victories over Russia's Marina Oydapova and Ria Ota of Japan. Condor then fell to Asian junior silver medalist Erhimbayar Dawachimeg of Mongolia in a close finals bout, 1-1, 0-1. Two-time U.S. World Team member Stephanie Lee brought home the bronze medal at 158 pounds when she defeated the 2008 World Silver Medalist of Japan, Mamie Shinkai. Now, each opponent scored well into the third-place bout. The final score, 3-4, 3-1, 3-1, Shinkai. The two past U.S. World Champions placed 5th after falling in bronze medal bouts. 2008 World Champion Clarissa Chun placed 5th at 105 pounds. Chun won her first 2 bouts before dropping a pair of very close decisions. At 158 pounds, two-time World Champion Christy Davis fell to Mongolia's 2009 World Bronze medalist Badak Owen Chimeg in her third-place bout as well. 4 talented men's freestylers from the Hawkeye Wrestling Club competed in the tournament but fell short of the medal rounds. Winning 2 bouts and falling a round short of a medal round was Lloyd Rogers at 163 pounds. 2 other Americans had 1 victory in the tournament, including 185-pound Phil Ketty and Luke Lofthouse at 211 pounds. Next, we go to Kuvala, Finland. U.S. Greco-Roman wrestlers were on display at the Herman Kerr International. 2 U.S. athletes dropped their bronze medal bouts and placed 5th. Former U.S. Open runner-up Chad Van Diver placed 5th at 132 pounds. Van Diver opened competition with a loss and then rebounded with a win in repage over a Russian opponent, and then fell in the bronze medal round to Russian Artem Surkov. Joe Sheffield, who competes for the U.S. Marine Corps, won his first match at 211 pounds, and after a close loss in the semifinals, Sheffield lost in a bronze medal match to Russian Atsamas Kubalov. Well, dual meet tournaments have become very popular in college and high school wrestling, and the granddaddy of them all is the annual Virginia Duels in the Hampton Roads area. The local wrestling community there created and developed the elite dual meet tournament format, and the Virginia Duels has featured many of the best college and high school programs for over 30 years. The finals of the National College Division featured 2 very talented teams as the 9th-ranked Tigers of Mizzou battled the Golden Flashes of Kent State in the finals. Mizzou had beaten Kent State handily in a dual meet on December 9th, but this time, Coach Jim Andressy and his squad had other ideas. When it was over, Kent State won its first Virginia Duels title with an 18-14 victory over Missouri. It's important to note that Missouri was without the services of their 33-pound starter, Nathan McCormick. Dorian Henderson also had moved up to 184 pounds. Take nothing away from the talented Golden Flashes, as the well-earned victory was still sweet for Kent State. Let's take a look at how it all went down. The biggest reversal of fortune came at 74. Now, Brandon Johnson up at a 10th rank, Patrick Wright 4-1. Coming into the duel, Johnson was 0-3 in the tournament. Kent State reversed outcomes from their previous meeting with the Tigers at a number of weight classes, including at 133 pounds. Steve Mitchell scored a 4-3 decision over scrappy Missouri backup Eric Wilson. At 149 pounds, Ian Miller rebounded from an earlier loss to Kyle Bradley with a solid 7-3 victory of his own. And in the deciding bout at heavyweight, it was Brendan Barlow who reversed an earlier loss to Missouri's Devin Mellon to notch a 3-2 win, laying claim to the victory for Kent State. Kent State's coach, Jim Andressy, was pleased with his team's performance.
Feels good. Like I said, they beat us bad about a month ago at our place in front of our home crowd. So this was nice to come out and beat them. And, you know, it's January. Everyone has guys out. We have 2 guys out. They had some guys out, and that's what you'll hear, I'm sure. But it's January. You got to be able to wrestle through this. You know, in the past history, we've been pretty healthy all the way through the year. We're doing all right, and we're going to get some guys back, too.
Well, in the National College Division, Edinburgh beat Old Dominion 23-16 to finish 3rd. Fighting Scots 133-pounder A.J. Shop was voted the division's outstanding wrestler. Division III Brockport won its 2nd American College Division crown and first since 2003 with a come-from-behind victory over Nassau Community College. The final there, 21-20. Camden McMillan of Pennsylvania topped Virginia's Christiansburg 47-18 to win its first ever National High School Division crown. The Big Macs had previously won the championship at the Virginia Duels in the American Division. We'll credit that one back to 2009. South Plainfield of New Jersey was third, and Maryland's McDonough was fourth. McDonough's Miles Martin was the National High School Division OW. Virginia Beach's Ocean Lakes won the American High School Division, while Brookville, a Group AA school in Lynchburg, Virginia, won the Black and Blue Division. Well, the high school action featured some great individual matchups, including many of the nation's best prep stars. A featured bout at 126, four-time cadet All-American Anthony Ashnault of South Plainfield, New Jersey, defeated junior and cadet national champion Joey Dance of Christiansburg, Virginia. The final 7-2. Well, for our nation's best athletes in all three Olympic styles, training intensifies with winter national team training camps being held at the U.S. Olympic Training Center. The workouts have even more importance now as April's U.S. Olympic team trials moves closer by the day. Matt Lindland, 2000 Olympic silver medalist in Greco-Roman and a legend in the world of MMA, was among the coaches working with top athletes at the Greco-Roman U.S. training camp at the OTC. USA Wrestling's Craig Sesker caught up with Lindland and asked why he's helping coach elite athletes and further his thoughts on returning to the Olympic Training Center.
I freed up a little of my time to come back here and help the Greco program and USA Wrestling and get these guys qualified. We got some weights to qualify for the division. We got to get some medals at the Olympics. So I want to come out here and help. I've been asked. I think the level of intensity that guys like Dennis Hall and Brandon Paulson, and we had some really intense guys that weren't afraid to go out there and fight with the European wrestlers, take our intensity, our American style of fighting, and take it to their technical side of fighting. And I think we need to bring some of that back, and that's kind of what I'm out here doing.
Well, one of the things that makes winter training camps so valuable to American top wrestlers is the ability to work out and compete against other athletes from other countries. Two major international events will be held in Colorado Springs in the next coming weeks. The Kiki Cup and the Dave Schultz Memorial International will feature talented international teams from around the world. Recently, wrestlers from India worked out with members of Team USA in a freestyle training session at the OTC. USA Wrestling's Jason Bryant was there.
We have Brandon Slay. We've got international group in town as we've got two major international tournaments coming up here in the Springs the next 3 weeks. Got the Greco with the Kiki Cup and then the Dave Schultz, but got a team of Indians, not Native Americans, but Indians here at the training center. What's it been like working with them?
It's been great having the Indians in town because they brought approximately 15 freestyle guys, and two of those guys are two of the best guys in the world. Their weight classes. 66 kilo, you have Kumar. He was third in the Olympics in 2008 and was India's first world champion in 2010. So having him in our room has been great, and another guy named Dutt at 60 kilo. So to have those guys jumping in, training daily with our team has been a great, it's been a win-win.
What's it like from, maybe you can look at it from your perspective as an athlete to now a coach, whenever foreign guys come into the Olympic Training Center, does it raise the level of training, or is it more about just getting a feel and a hands-on?
Well, I think it's both of those things. It raises the level of training because, say, for example, if one of our guys is wrestling Kumar, the world champion, I think he picks it up because he has opportunity to wrestle a guy like that. But also, I think when you say hands-on, it's great because you realize you watch these guys train, you realize, hey, they don't train any harder than we do. They put their single on just like we do. So even though he won a world title, like Destin, one of our developmental guys, for example, he's 19. He just caught the world champion Indian in a gator roll and pinned him the other day, right? So Destin's going, man, if I can score points on this guy, then I have the ability to be one of the best wrestlers in the world. So that's a great realization to have when you train with guys from other countries.
With Yogeshwar Dutt, two-time Olympian, fifth in the world, the Asian champion. A bunch of your teammates here have come from India to the United States to train. What do you like about the Olympic Training Center here in the United States?
And here is very good training center, number one in all world. And we this time I come in third time, and I like here training and in room and in supplement, everything is okay, and I like it.
What is your favorite part about traveling from India to the United States?
And favorite is they are to India to US a very long journey, and very different, in 12 hours different, and good. because we are all in India team happy. Here is Olympic champion, coach, world champion, and with him, with training with him, and we are happy.
What is the best part about coming here to train before the Dave Schultz tournament?
What?
The tournament, the Dave Schultz tournament.
Oh, yeah,
competition.
Yeah. We last 2 times he participated Dave Schultz, and I got gold medal. And now I try this for gold medal. I will bout for gold, and I hope I win.
Do you like wrestling American competitors, opponents?
Yeah. Every time with training and bout, and very good wrestler in America, very good and very helpful people. US people very helpfully, and I'm very happy.
Folks, we want to remind you can find all the information about USA Wrestling on our website, themat.com. Stay tuned. We'll be back. There's more around the corner.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
All right, well, last September, in a memorable performance in Istanbul, Turkey, American Jordan Burrows won a gold medal at 163 pounds in freestyle. Let's go to Lincoln, Nebraska. The second-ranked Hawkeyes came to town to face the seventh-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers for their historic first-ever Big Ten matchup. In front of a nearly sold-out crowd at the Coliseum, Jordan Burrows, the former University of Nebraska star, was honored by the Husker faithful at the intermission of the duel. It was there on the center of the Huskers mat that Burrows received his oversized $50,000 check from the Living the Dream Medal Fund, much to the appreciation of the hometown fans. It was his coach, Mark Manning, the man who mentored Burrows on his way to 2 NCAA titles and the Dan Hodge Trophy. That's the guy who presented the check. Fittingly, it was Manning who was in the Burrows' corner when he won the gold medal in Istanbul, Turkey, as well. The Living the Dream Medal Fund was established to increase the financial rewards for U.S. wrestlers who win Olympic and world medals. The funding comes from donations from wrestling supporters just like you from all over the nation. Now, big plans are in place for the year ahead, and any U.S. wrestler who wins a gold medal at London's 2012 Olympic Games in England, they're going to receive $250,000. Silver medalists in London will earn $50,000, and bronze medalists will earn $25,000. You can learn more about the Living the Dream Medal Fund by visiting the website livingthedreammedalfund.com. By the way, the duel, Iowa won 7 of 10 bouts to top Nebraska 24-9. It was the 900th dual victory in Iowa's history and its 38th consecutive conference win. Nebraska lost for the first time on the year, leading the way by pin for the Hawkeyes, 2010 NCAA champ, 125-pounder, and future Olympian maybe, Matt McDonough. Well, the London Olympic Games are now only months away, and the world has turned its focus on the road to the Games for top U.S. athletes in all Olympic sports. This month, USA Wrestling athletes, coaches, and staff participated in a special Olympic-themed education program at a public high school in Denver, Colorado. A delegation of 11 traveled an hour north of the U.S. Olympic Training Center to CEC Middle College, a special career education high school within the Denver Public Schools district. The facility is only a few blocks away from the home of the NFL's Denver Broncos Sports Authority Field. The entire school is focusing the year on what it takes to be a champion in life. They're using the Olympic Games and the U.S. wrestlers as living examples and role models. I can think of no better role models. There are banners about this program throughout the school. In addition, central to the project is an Olympic word wall with 30 different words describing championship traits. Team USA consisted of men's freestyle wrestlers Philip Simpson, Chase Pammy, Moses Fay, Wynn Mahalik, Derek Moore, Nathan Brack, Ryan Marble, and others. Joining them were women's freestyle stars Adeline Gray and Melissa Simmons. National Freestyle Developmental Coach Bill Zadek and National Teams Director Mitch Hull were all part of the group. Now, the day started with an assembly where the athletes were introduced to the students and information was provided about the program. The wrestlers then split into 8 different classrooms, speaking to groups of students on a specific topic. Students then rotated 4 times, giving each of them a chance to meet a number of wrestlers and hear a variety of topics. U.S. Army Freestyle team member Philip Simpson gave an inspiring speech on the topic of sacrifice. He explained to the students why it's key to their success.
I have to sacrifice something. I have to give something up in order to get something I think is better, something greater. All right. If you want to be a 3.0 student or a 4.0 student, you're going to have to sacrifice something. It just doesn't happen. You have to give up something. And you have to be honest with yourself and you have to be real. What do you want to give up?
World bronze medalist Adeline Gray was a huge favorite among the students. She grew up in Denver and attended one of the many middle schools in the district. Gray received loud ovations at the assemblies during the day, as well as her classroom speaking appearances. Her topic, a positive environment.
I'm going to be an Olympic champion because I make the right choices. And I've created an environment with people who I enjoy and that make the right choices. And that's what I want you guys to do in your lives. I want you to surround yourself with positive people. And I want you to be that positive person. I want you to be that person in your group that's like, no guys, this is fun. Let's go to school today. Let's make those small choices that can make a big difference.
Freestyle star Wynn Mahalik spoke about the importance of making good choices. He explained his decisions to wrestle in college rather than play football, his decision to attend Central Michigan rather than Michigan, and his choice to pursue his Olympic dream.
If I choose to play football instead of wrestle, I'm not here talking to you today. But I didn't. I made those choices. And I didn't look back. I didn't say, man, I could be making a lot of money with that engineering job. Or I could be in the NFL if I just keep playing football. No. As soon as I made the choice, I went 100% into it. All right? I didn't regret it. I learned from it. So like I said at the beginning, no matter what the choice is, you got to learn.
Another top freestyle Olympic hopeful is Moses Fay. To explain the concept of commitment, Fay used the example of one of his most important matches in his career.
I just stayed calm. I went back out there. He shot in again. I cradled him, and I pinned him. And it was probably one of the most happy times of my life to celebrate becoming All-American for the first time, you know. And so what I want to tell you guys, what like the main message is for today, is just find out what you love. Okay. So what I love to do is I love to wrestle, and then become committed to it. Commit your life to what you love.
To close the day, National Coach Bill Zadek moderated a wrestling demonstration featuring Chase Pammy and Moses Fay. Zadek fielded questions about wrestling and the Olympic Games, and as a special treat, the seniors from CEC Middle College were given the opportunity to pose for a group picture with Olympic athletes on the big staircase just outside the school. Daryl Miller helped organize the program, a USA Wrestling athletic trainer. Miller's a teacher at the school and explains why it's vital for young people to learn from U.S. wrestlers.
The foundation that we have in our USA Wrestling, these men and women are such good examples of good, solid characteristics of integrity and hard work that that persona is just exuded by them when they start to speak. And these young high school kids have never rubbed shoulders with true champions as our USA wrestlers are.
Well, they are looming. The 2012 U.S. Olympic team trials. We're now just over 3 months away for one of wrestling's most important events, set for Carver Hawkeye Arena at the University of Iowa. Even now, wrestling fans across the nation are making plans to witness history in the making. You want to be there. Brent Metcalf, a top Olympic hopeful in men's freestyle at 145 pounds, won 2 NCAA titles there and was a 3-time All-American for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Metcalf talked to us about the quality of competition and what fans can expect at the trials in this legendary arena.
Probably just, it is a once-in-a-lifetime experience to be able to, see an Olympic team, see it be put together, and then when you are watching it or if you go and view it in person in London, you have maybe more attachment to those guys. But, I think that what we're doing here and what they're trying to create this year for these trials is going to be something really exciting. Talking about the amount of fans there, and you know, you always talk about, you know, the Hawkeye fan base, and that following will be there, but add on, you know, the additional support of the rest of the people around the country, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be exciting, and like I said, you know, the whole, maybe you could come together as a whole country, you know, rooting for these guys, so it'll be good. The quality will be great, you know. I think that you look at our results last year at the World Championships, and we did well. We placed third as a country, and you know, just hoping to continue to do better there. So that's telling us that we've starting to grow some good depth as far as, you know, the competition in each weight class. So the competition should be good, and it's in a great venue, so can't ask for more.
Well, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week. These pictures are sent in by wrestling fans and families from around the country. They're being considered for the photo contest page on USA Wrestler magazine, as well as for the USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week, USA Wrestling's Photo of the Week is taken by Renee Inman, who took action photos at the 2012 Cotton Bowl in Allen, Texas. This picture shows a young wrestler in action, capturing a full shadow of his wrestling stance. To have your photographs considered for USA Wrestling's photo contest, simply email them to our friend Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. All right, stay tuned. We'll be back. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Wrestling fans, USA Wrestling has launched a top social networking site designed for you. USA Wrestling Nation is the latest innovation provided to the wrestling community by our sports national governing body, USA Wrestling. Post photos, blogs, and videos, interact on boards. Keep up with your favorite wrestling personalities with USA Wrestling Nation. It's free to register. Join the thousands of wrestling fans that have already signed up and become a part of the USA Wrestling Nation at usawrestlingnation.com. Well, Marcy Van Duzen is a trailblazer in women's wrestling in the U.S. 2 years ago, she became the very first woman hired as a head coach of a college wrestling program when she became the head coach at Menlo College. Van Duzen has helped the Menlo team find new success during the last 2 years. This week, she announced that she will be stepping down from the Menlo position at the end of the college season for women due to personal reasons. Van Duzen plans to move to Hawaii and will remain active in women's wrestling. Menlo has already begun a search for a successor to Van Duzen. A member of the 2008 U.S. Olympic team, Van Duzen was a 2004 University World Champion and a 2008 World Cup champion. She won 2 U.S. Open titles and competed in the 2007 World Championships. She's featured clinician for the Marcy Van Duzen Women's Technique Tour, sponsored by wrestling leader Arno Neiman. 3 dates for the 2012 year have already been announced, with more to be added. Van Duzen will appear in Vallejo, California on January 16th, Brooklyn, New York on March 3rd, and Lakeland, Florida on May 12th. All right, FILA, the International Wrestling Federation, by the way, has published a new document with photos providing clarification on changes in the rules of international wrestling, announced back in December. To share this information with wrestlers, coaches, and fans, we're going to show these photos over a number of USA Wrestling Weekly episodes. This week, we show the new starting position in Greco-Roman. That's the very start of each period, and every time the match is restarted on the feet. Please note in the first 2 photos that the wrestlers start chest to chest with their feet in the inner circle. The referee blows the whistle when this position is set. Also note the photo showing the wrong position, because the blue wrestler has one of his feet outside the inner circle in the center of the mat. We'll bring you more news as it becomes apparent. We'll try to explain the rules to the best of our ability, making wrestling more attainable and more understandable for each and every one of you. USA Wrestling sponsor Liberty Mutual has worked hard to provide a tremendous resource for parents and coaches involved in youth sports. Their commitment to education has made the difference for many families involved in wrestling and other sports. Over the past year, Liberty Mutual has provided outstanding materials on its website. In addition to responsible sport parenting and coaching guides, the community grant program, and the free season evaluation survey tool, there's a host of content related specifically to the wrestling audience. You can check out the exciting education videos there featuring national coach and Olympic champion Steve Frazier, national coach and Olympic medalist Zeke Jones, national coach Terry Steiner, Olympic champion and Iowa State coach Kevin Jackson, Olympic coach and Olympic athlete Bobby Douglas, Olympic coach and Navy coach Bruce Burnett, Nebraska coach Mark Manning, and many others. For more information on Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports program, we invite you to visit their website, responsiblesports.com. Folks, we're running late to close. You've been watching USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. Good night.